Schwab now to take strike from the male. To Schwab. Some idea of the crowd. Absolute capacity crowd, full house. So Schwab off the mark. Turned to long leg, a bit of misfielding there, the boundary. So Pakistan now move on to 6. To Schwab. And that quarter is gone. It's a superb catch by Madhubale. The outswinger from the middle. And Sri Lanka is struck in the first over. What a fine catch. Fine delivery from Demel. Schwab walking back. 6 for 1 wicket. This is Demel to Schwab, outside edge, and watch Madhubale take that catch. Superb anticipation. End of Schwab. John to bowl the second over. He will bowl to Mudassar. So we've had action, a little drama in the first over. Fine catch by Madhubale, outswinger from Demel, moved. Schwab chased it, got an edge. Driven, well fielded by Dias. Obviously Sri Lanka very encouraged by that quick wicket in the first over. 6 for 1 wicket Pakistan. Mudassar driving. Ramesh Ratnaike a single to Mudassar. Pakistan 7 for 1 wicket at the end of 2 overs. Demel to Mudassar. 4 runs. For 1 wicket. And Mudassar moves to 6. To Mudassar. This is going to be 4 wide. Despite the best effort of Amal Silva, diving, goalkeeper fashion. See that again on the replay. Very wide indeed. And there's Silva diving. 4 wide. Demel now to Mudassar. Another wide. Wait for the umpire signal. Leg by. For 1. ball to Ramiz Raja. But it's an 8-ball over because he bowled too wide. Leg by 21 for 1. Ramiz not yet off on. Ramiz Raja bowling his first over, and that's a thick outside edge. The ball travelling straight to the third man boundary, 4 runs, but not a very happy stroke. On to 8, faces up now. And that's a very good thing. On beautifully past the mid-on fielder, 4 runs. Plenty of wrist work there for Ramiz Raja as he negotiated that incoming delivery. Picked the cap very well, hit it between mid-on and hit it in the air, but over mid-wicket, 4 runs. Picked it very nicely off his toes. It was in the air for a little while, but clearly wide of. And he's out caught behind. That ball moved away, and Mudassir trying to drive it away on the offside. Played it a little bit away from the body, edged it, and a simple catch going to the wicketkeeper without much deviation. Tapped it up, and Mudassir is on his way back. Mudassir appeared to be in fine form. He played some good-looking strokes and helped recover the Pakistan innings after they lost the first wicket at 6 runs. There it is, trying to drive it away, his head high in the air, edging it, and the jubilant wicketkeeper, Silva, snapping it up. Both the openers back in the dressing room. Javed Miadad chasing up to Ramesh. And Javed is off the mark straight away, pushing it out to cover. And that also brings up the 5th save for Pakistan. 5th save for the loss of 2 wickets. It'll be 4 runs, little uppish, but perfectly safe. Between cover and extra cover. With a fine delivery, that's caught behind and is gone. A fine delivery from Ramiz Raja, and Miadad is out, caught behind. He didn't wait for the umpire signal, he started to walk Miadad. You can see that on the replay. There it is, Ramiz Raja to Miadad. He's starting to walk. While Silva still appealing. Zahir off the mark, and that's a superb shot by Zahir. One square. Beautifully timed. Ravi Ratnayake bowling to Ramiz Raja. Driven past the bowler, that's a glorious stroke. Four runs, beating the fielder, incoming delivery, but pitched outside the off stump, and Ramiz coming on the front foot, drove it handsomely away, past mid-off, and mid-on fielder trying to stop it with his boot, was unable to get to it. There it is, Ramiz launching himself on the front foot, full flow off the bat, between the bowler and mid-off, and the ball trickling over the boundary line for 4 runs. flashes to the vacant point area, and the batsmen come back for the second. Zahir Abbas game for the third, as there is no one backing up in that position. 91 for 3, and that was the end of over number 19. So Vijay will have to rely on his direction, line and length, and subtle variation in pace and flight. Zahir square cuts that one, a delectable stroke, a typical Zahir Abbas square cut, 4 runs to the third man boundary. Beautifully timed, came down on that one, a little bit outside the off stump, and not a muscle move as that ball flashed past the point area and down to the wide third man boundary for 4 runs. There it is, Zahir Abbas in a very good position to play that stroke, dabbing down on it viciously and sending the ball to the third man boundary. And that's an identical stroke. Is it going to be another 4? Ramiz Raja is after it as the ball slows down, and Zahir Abbas racing back for his third run. So it's 99 for the loss of 3 wickets after 20 overs. That gives them a run rate of 4.95. That's the 100 of the Pakistan innings. Pakistan now 100 for 3. The golden. A rather casual sort of shot. We'll take a look at the replay, but that's the end of a fine innings from Ramiz Raja. From this distance, let's see the replay again. That's Vijay Surya to Ramiz. .108 for 4. That should be Saleem Malik off the mark. 2. Beautifully struck by Saleem Malik. A fine shot. Here, turning it away past the Sri umpire, and they're coming back for the second, as Ramiz Raja had to cover a lot of distance from its long leg position. So 2 more runs to Pakistan. They are 124 for the loss of 4 wickets. Turned away to deep fine leg. Ramiz Raja coming in from the long leg position. Saleem Malik comes back for the second. He goes 12, and the end of the over from Vijay Surya. So after 26 overs, Pakistan are 127 for 4. And Ramatunga to bowl to Zahir Abbas. Well fielded by Madhugale. Just 1 run. Just a superb shot there by Saleem Malik, 4 runs. Out square of third man, 2 runs. Ravi Ratnayake to Zahir Abbas. Well, a possible cotton ball, but would have been a spectacular catch. See that again. Just away from the outstretched hand of Ramiz Raja. Would go down, I suppose, as a quarter chance. Wait for the umpire. Signal at 4 runs. Off the bat. Very fine glance there by Saleem Malik. That should be 4 runs. Pulled round the corner by Zahir Abbas. Fine shot. Great jubilation. See that again. Short. Flicked round. 4 runs to square leg, deep square. Zahir Abbas now moves on to 47. Top scorer for Pakistan at the moment. 175 for 4. And that's very well run. Ravi Ratnaike having to field to his own bowling. Played square. That should be 4. What a fine looking shot there. A touch of class and a little bit of impertinence. See that again. Magnificent shot. Fine hit by Saleem Malik. Superb shot. What a magnificent shot. Look at that crowd. Absolutely jubilant. Ramiz Raja bowling to Zahir Abbas. From the far end, in towards us, and Zahir has got his 50, pushing it past square leg, that's his 50. And the batsman come back for the second. A neat clip off his toes, and Zahir Abbas is 51 not out. 51 not out to Zahir Abbas. Pakistan 186 for the loss of 4 wickets. So this is Saleem Malik's chance to get his 50 as he gets him way down to third man. The batsman takes 1, they're coming back for the second. And that's Saleem Malik's 50. No ball. And it's been scratched out, and that also brings up to 200 for Pakistan. Pakistan 200 for the loss of 4 wickets. Saleem Malik on 53. Zahir Abbas 57 not out. And this has been a magnificent effort from these 2 batsmen. Taking Pakistan from 106 for 4 to 200 without any further loss. Zahir driving it away along the ground. In fact, he's played most of the strokes along the ground, and he's been getting the runs through placement. And that's been clipped away down to deep fine leg, 4 runs. At the last fraction of a second, he turned it away, wide of the wicketkeeper, down to deep fine leg, neatly clipped away by Saleem Malik. He also goes on to 60, and Pakistan now 210. Sri Lanka giving away some very vital runs at this stage to the two batsmen who look very well settled, completely in command of the situation. Jamel bowling to Saleem. Saleem this time has shot him away to deep mid wicket, with the Surya picking the ball up. And once again, possibilities of overthrow as Jamel is unable to gather that ball. Jamel bowling to Saleem. And it's been hit away uppishly, but safely enough, over the inner cordon and short of the outer cordon. Saleem gets the second run. Having overtaken Zahir Abbas, he goes to 64 and Pakistan to 214. Jamel bowling to Saleem. Full toss and it's been hit away. Is it going to be the first six of the match? And it is. Up go the arms of the umpire. A magnificent shot of a full toss from Jamel and Saleem Malik hoiking it away over the top of square leg and over the boundary line for the first six of the match. That's magnificent hitting by Saleem Malik. There it is. Jamel bowling a full toss slightly down the leg side. Saleem Malik perfectly in control, hitting it hard and high down to the square leg boundary for the first six of the innings. 40th and the final over of the Pakistan innings. Ramiz Raja from the far end to Zahir Abbas. And Zahir gets a single. 5 more deliveries to come. Ramiz Raja bowling to Saleem. And Saleem chopping it down for a single. And once again, possibilities of an overthrow, but Zahir Abbas, having turned his back onto Saleem Malik, was in no position to go back for the second run. And in fact had overshot, going for that run very quickly. Four more balls to come. Ramiz Raja bowling to Zahir, and Zahir this time is out. 4th at backward point, trying to cut that one away. The ball travelling straight to De Silva, who snapped his bat, taking a very good catch. This is going to be the 4th delivery of the final over. Imran tracking it out into the covers. He's off the mark straight away. And Pakistan advanced to 223 for 5. Zahir Abbas, the batsman, out. And this 116-run partnership between Saleem Malik and Zahir Abbas coming to an end. Their stand started in the 23rd over, and it has been broken in the final over. Saleem driving it past the bowler. Gets a single. He goes on to 72 and Pakistan to 224. This is going to be the final delivery in the Pakistan innings. Ramiz Raja bowling to Imran Khan. And Imran has a go, misses it altogether, and that is the end of the Pakistan innings. So after 40 overs, Pakistan, having been put into bat
are 224 for the loss of 5 wickets. Saleem Malik remaining undefeated on 72. Imran Khan remaining not out on 1. And Pakistan, after 40 overs, are 224 for the loss of 5 wickets.
The Sri Lankan innings about to begin. Imran with a shortened run-up. Silva. That's first run. One for no wicket. It's going to be Imran to De Silva. Arvinda De Silva, who got 100 in a very fine innings too at Faisalabad. Good steady over from Imran. Sri Lanka 1 for no wicket. Good run. Sharp single, well called, well run. Good judgment shown by both the batsmen. So Sri Lanka now moves 2. 2 for no wicket. This is the second over in progress. Zakir Khan now to... And this is short, and that's going to be 6. Into the crowd. The fine hit. Shortened, beautifully timed. It's a magnificent hit. One run. Imran. There he is. With a longer run-up now. And this is being hooked. And that's going to be 6, is it? Yes, it is. What a superb stroke again. And this is fantastic. This is more than impudent. This is really cheeky batting. Wasn't all that short either. Let's see that. Imran. There's Arvinda Silva. Pivoting round. Into the crowd. Imran. And this one is pulled round. That's a fine shot by Silva. Short. Full to mid-wicket. 4 runs. Both the Sri Lankan batsmen are not in the least disinclined to hook or pull. There it is. Steam round to mid-wicket. 24 for no wicket. Imran to Silva. Backs that one, pass point. And well fielded by Brian Akash. 2 runs. That's good cricket. Good shot, good fielding.
26 for no loss. Zakir is the bowler. And that's been cut down to third man. Could carry to the boundary. Sadr is just able to stop it inside the boundary line. And a very good return there from Abdul Qadir into the gloves of the keeper. 28 for no wicket. Arvinda de Silva not out on 18 and Amal Silva is 10 not out. Zakir bowling to Arvinda de Silva. And that's been hooked away. Could it be another six? And it is. A tremendous shot there. Sails clearly over the fencing and into the crowd. And that's magnificent hitting there by Arvinda de Silva. We watched that one on the replay. Zakir pounding that one, and De Silva beautifully in position, pivots round and hits it over the top. That's the progress of the Sri Lankan innings. 38 for no wicket. De Silva scoring at twice the rate of Amal Silva, hitting 3 magnificent sixes in his 25. And they go through for a single, belatedly enough, and possibly for an overthrow. In fact, there have been a number of overthrows on both sides. This time he'll go through for a single. And that brings up the 50 for Sri Lanka. Coming in the 10th over. 50 for no wicket. A very good, competent start by the Sri Lankan openers. And they've done it in a very attractive manner.
Again, a very sharp single. 53 now for no wicket. Very befitting reply to Pakistan. Very attractive run. There's a field caught behind and he's out. So Qadir strike. See the replay. Trying to nudge that on. There's Saleem Yusuf leaping up in the air. 55 for 1. Qadir. 7. Misfielded by Ramiz Raja, they've taken 2 and they'll settle for 2. This is up in the air and he's gone. Madhubale caught by Miyazat. Straightforward catch, but he held it at the second attempt. You'll see it on the replay. Short cover. So Madhubale failing again. Looking very disappointed with himself. That's Qadir. Upish. That's Miyazat. Fastening on to that.
Sri Lanka have lost 2 valuable wickets for 66 runs. On driven, and he's picked the gap very well. Placed it wide of the mid-on fielder. He's coming back for the second.
98 to Shoaib to Dias. He's on 21. his source of peace, the Pakistan Turkmen, they'd taken 2. That's the 100 of the Sri Lanka innings. And that's his 50. Well played. Very fine innings. 50 to De Silva, looking very pleased with himself, and so he should be. Very fine innings indeed. What a good tour he's having.
And that's been hit away, and that's 4 runs. So that's Sri Lanka's scoreboard. Both Dias and De Silva looking very well settled. Down the wicket he comes, has a go, and first bounce over the boundary line, 4 runs. It'll be interesting to see Imran controlling the flow of runs now. And he's been hit away. That could be another 6. And it is. Magnificent shot there. Slightly swaying down the leg side, and De Silva perfectly in position. Hit it against the railing. The ball went soaring across for a magnificent 6. That's the 4th 6 hit by De Silva in this inning. Dias hitting it away to deep mid wicket. The batsman coming back for the 2nd. And they do so with time to spare.
That's out to De Silva. Back round, that's going to be 4 runs. Uppish. But there can be a run out, and there is. At the end of De Silva, a run out. Bad luck, very bad luck for Sri Lanka. Imran. Dias. That's up in the air, and he's gone. Just hear that crowd. Very hard competing against it. Turned away very neatly. Take 1, they'll take the 2nd. And there's a next hit by Tyler Clark. What a wonderful match this is. Mudassar, Ranatunga, played square, good run, again run out and he's gone, Mendes, run out. Fine throw from Saleem Malik. There's Mudassar, let's see that on the replay. Ranatunga plays it out to point. There's Saleem Malik. There comes his throw. Mendes doesn't make good his ground.
Time across, bowling to Ranatunga. Has a go at it. And they could come back for the 2nd, and they do as Zakir fumbles slightly with the ball. So the pressure is on every fieldsman. Ranatunga goes to 9. And the total to 192. And he rolls in. Clean bowl, playing across. Trying to hit it over mid-wicket. And Syed Nakash gets his first wicket. Imran bowling almost full pitch, not allowing any liberties to the batsman. And that's short, and it's been hit away, but over the top of Syed Nakash at mid-off. The batsman come back for the 2nd. Ramesh bravely trying to hit that one out of the ground, but he gets 2 more runs. And that also brings up to 200 for Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka now requires 25 runs to win in an over and a bit. And it's Imran bowling to Ramesh. Driven, that's a good-looking shot, all along the ground. Rossi picking it up and the batsman hurrying back for the second. So 2 more runs to Sri Lanka, who now go to 202, and Ramesh advances to 5. Syed Nakash bowling to Ramesh, and Ramesh has 70 ground, and this is going to be 4 runs wide of Imran Khan, slightly shortening length, straying down, and Ramesh immediately moving into position and smacking it away to deep backward square leg for 4. There it is, short in length, straying down the leg side. Ramesh perfectly balanced as he hit that one away wide of Imran. Plays it along the ground to extra cover. 1 more to the total, 209. Syed Nakash bowling to Ramesh. And there could be a run out, and he's out. Run out. And Sri Lanka had lost their 7th wicket with the score at 209. 1 delivery remaining. And Sri Lanka requires 16 runs to win. Syed Nakash bowling of a shortened run-up, and it's all over here in Gujranwala. Pakistan beating Sri Lanka in the second one-day international by 15 runs. Sri Lanka scoring 209 for the loss of 7 wickets, requiring 225 for victory, but falling short by 15 runs, and Pakistan go 2 up in the 4-match series. So, man of the match is Arvinda Silva for his magnificent 86, which all but failed to see Sri Lanka through. Arvinda Silva getting the award of the man of the match.